Call of Duty Black Ops 2, one of the philosophies we had when we were creating the game was to make sure that we had some grounding in our weaponry and our technology. Now that doesn't mean we're making this game, we want to have creative freedom to be able to do the gameplay that we want, right? But when you look at weapons, even today, what you'll notice is that there's been weapons that have been around for a long time, right? And so we will have weapons that, some of them might feel like, okay, I've seen a weapon like this around. Well, it wouldn't be unreasonable to think that a little more than a decade out you'll have some of that weaponry, but they'll have new technologies associated with them. So the attachments that you can put on your weapons, which is further accentuated by our new create a class system, where you can actually really customize your loadouts and your weapons more than you've ever been able to. You'll see a lot of new technology, and we've been very creative about how we've done that, because in the year 2025, it's a little more than a decade out, and what we try to do is figure out what are technologies today that you could see might be able to be placed on a weapon. So one of the examples that people have seen in the multiplayer trailer is the MMS, and that, as you know, that allows you to detect people through smoke or maybe through some objects. That we came about that because there's a technology out today that you can, when you go to airports, where they'll do a scan. They'll use that technology right now, but it's in fairly large form factor, right? But in the future, what we've come up with is, technology is going to get it's going to get smaller form factor as processing power gets more powerful, and that is an example of something that doesn't exist, something that's totally originally created, but using technology like that, you can see how maybe that might make for a really interesting gameplay mechanic as an optic on a weapon. Some of our weapons entirely futurized, looking at weapons designs, and we come up with them ourselves. Some of them have, visually look different. They have new materials on them, lighter weight, things like this. So there's all kinds of things that we look at when we come up with our weapons. It's not just our weapons, it's our score streaks. We've gotten very creative with that. One of the things that our game design director, Diego, likes to illustrate that with is the turret that has the crowd control mechanic, the Guardian, and it shoots out these microwaves, right? Well, right now that technology exists, except it's on reinforced Humvees that they'll use for crowd control mechanics. Well, in our game, futurized, is now something that the player can carry, and it is now a deployable turret, and they can use that to block paths. So it's a combination of it always has to fundamentally work in gameplay. It has to be part of the balance that we're coming up with. It has to be fun for the player to use, but we also embrace the fiction to help us. And this fiction has been great because we've been able to come up with all kinds of new gameplay mechanics that the players have never been able to play.
That's when we figured it out. We'll always need men like us.